What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. And guys, I was recently over on the Madame Noir blog. And let me tell you this. Despite Madame Noir and blogs like Bossa being very to the left, very pro LGBTQ, pro trans woman and things like that, they take a lot of the maybe extreme views that that are there. I give them credit for putting this together for their core audience, which are black women. And the blog ran very organized. It's a lot of good information. They have very talented writers. And they talk about, certain things, whether it's, business, mental health, things like that. And, one of the things that they talk about a lot of times is relationships. A lot of times with black men. Now, I don't see Madame Noir as necessarily a male bashing site. I don't really see that. But I do see articles like this, and that is why dating a mama's boy can be a nightmare. So they don't say that dating a black man is a nightmare. That's a mama's boy. But we can infer that. Okay? And I've heard this from, any woman in any community, regardless of the race. But in the black community, a lot of black women talk about that too many black men are mama's boys. All right? And that, they're not man enough and they depend on their moms. Their moms are ruining relationships. And this lady comes out, the author, with 9 reasons that, in other words, black men are mama's boys. And why you should avoid them, okay? She says things like, she may violate your boundaries. Talking about the mom will do that. He will always put her first. She will hold decision-making power in your relationships. He will see every concern about his mother as an attack. Basically, he will always defend his mom. She'll be always in your business. He will compare you to his mother. He won't know how to accept accountability. And she can judge you. She will judge you for not being more like her. Those are just 8 of the 9. But, you can look at all of those and check it out. And I figured that this was very, very interesting. But again, although this can happen in any community, to blame the mama's boys on black men themselves, that's something interesting, okay? Because see, if black women are tired of mama's boys because they, for whatever reason, find them not to be manly enough and cannot make the right decisions, then what I want to know, who is creating the mama's boys in the black community? That's something that we should talk about, because if this is something that we're having a problem with, who is responsible for creating those mama's boys? And it takes me back to Ron Wills' classic article that black women create about the men. Black women create the men that they complain about. So you want to avoid these guys, but you don't want to avoid the problem. The problem not the men themselves. The problems is that you have too many black women out there who are having relationships and having children, both women or men, by men they either don't care to be in relationships with or don't want to have good fathers, so that those men can mature and become the kind of black men that black women need. All right? And I'll just be honest. We have a lot of soft brothers in our generation. I'm not talking about sexuality. But I'm talking about as far as being a man, taking care of business, building. We don't have those kind of black men as much as we should. And the reason why we don't have those kind of black men as much as that we should is because we have too many sisters who are babying these young black men. Okay? They are taking away their juices with regards to getting out in the world, their male energy, to be out to go out there and compete and create. And when a man is around his mom all the time, and he doesn't have that ability to get out and fight for himself, to create in the world. That's what men do. Men get out there and they create, they fight. They build networks with other men and they fight. See, when you can't do that, now there's a problem. Now you don't like the guy no more. Now the guy is this, now the guy is that. But at the same time, these are some of the boys that some of these women are raising. Some of the same women who complain about these brothers that exist, and I agree, they exist. They're babying their sons the same way. All you doing is ruining your son for another black woman. Now, let me just say this. Black men, we do have black men out there that basically have abandoned homes, right? We know that. But at the same time, you will have sisters out there who are going to ruin the relationships for other women. All right? They'll be complaining about mama's boys, but you hear baby and your son. You doing everything for him. You giving him money. You won't let the go out and work, Or you every time you being soft on him. Like Jada Pinkett's daughter said, you softer on the boy and tougher on the girl. So you look at the boy as your son husband and catering to him, and then by the time he get to another female, he expecting that woman to do like that. And another woman is not gonna treat you like your mama treats you. I'm sorry. Usually, unless that guy is very good looking, that guy is very handsome, a woman is never gonna love you like your mama. And a lot of brothers out there get too spoiled by their own moms, all right? Getting spoiled by their mama and thinking that some other woman's gonna come in and do the same damn thing. The man gotta get out there and create. He gotta create the business. He gotta come out there and get things situated. He need to learn how to manage his money. He need to get a skill. He may have to work. Sometimes when you living with your mama tell you, you need to take music. You need to rest. You need to go to sleep. You working too hard. No. Then you babying him. Sometimes that man gotta stay up 48, 72 hours. That man gotta do what he gotta do to make it. That man have to work. Men gotta do that. And see, you cannot fully be a man like that around women. And then when these young men get around women and they need to be a man, they need to be for the woman. That man doesn't know how to do that. So he depends on his mama for all the information, all of the situations, all of the advice. And then that man becomes ruined. And then these sisters be upset because now, they saying that black men can't do this and black men can't do that, and they want to go to other races of men. But before you do that, understand that sisters have to hold other black women accountable. At the same time, they don't want to hold us accountable for not raising the boys to do certain things. I understand that. That could also be very, very true. But at the same time, if sisters are creating sons with no stability from that young man to learn from his father, picking a father from that young man to learn skills, to be in a home where he can develop, because being a man is about development. Being a young man is about development. Young black men need development. And if that young man cannot develop into who he's supposed to become, then sisters going to be upset. Now you paying for half the rent. Now you got a 50-50 guy, and you ain't got a man that's 70-30 or 100-0. You don't have that because that man has not been raised to do that. And all of a sudden you complaining about it. And you know what? Like a lot of times we have to have an honest conversation in the black community. Are y'all really ready to have these boys out here, learning from their men? But then that would mean that you would have to give them some power in the black community. You can't have a matriarchy and have strong black men. See, you can't have the matriarchy. That's another point. You cannot have the matriarchy and complain about the boys coming from up under the matriarchy. But guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment pinned to the top, brothers. I really thank you so much for all that you're doing. Check out the Patreon. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.